Hey, welcome back. It's Jason Walter here. I have breaking news to report, and that's the Senate has just approved this afternoon a brand new $480 billion stimulus package, and they're calling this CARES 2. This is on top of the $2.2 trillion stimulus package that was passed about 2 weeks ago. So the Senate just approved this. It's going to be sent to the House of Representatives, which is expected to vote on this package as early as Thursday, and that's going to be sent to the president, who has already stated that he's going to be approving this brand new stimulus package. So let me give you the breakdown here of this stimulus package. So it's going to be $310 billion to the Paycheck Protection Program, that's the PPP, $10 billion for grants for the Emergency Economic Injury Disaster Loan, that's the EIDL through the SBA, and then $50 billion for the SBA Emergency Disaster Lending Program, and then $75 billion for hospitals and healthcare providers, and lastly, $25 billion to help facilitate and expand COVID-19 testing. So let me dive deeper into this and then go into detail about this new stimulus package. So for small businesses, this equates to about $370 billion in additional funding. Again, that's $310 billion to the Paycheck Protection Program, with about $30 billion reserved for community-based lenders, small banks, and credit unions. In addition, $30 billion for mid-sized banks and credit unions. So if you have your small business banking account through a small bank or a credit union, you may want to reach out to those institutions to see if you may be able to take advantage of this PPP program. Per the SBA, they will forgive loans if all employees are kept on the payroll for 8 weeks and if the money is used for payroll, rent, mortgage interest, or utilities. Again, these are 100% forgivable as long as you follow the rules. And that is, you have to use it for payroll, rent, mortgage interest, or utilities. Remember, this was part of the stimulus package that was passed 2 weeks ago, where they had $349 billion that was allocated to the PPP program. So that money dried up very quickly, dried up in less than 2 weeks. And I expect this is going to be drying up much faster because there's a lot of people like myself who have their applications in place, already approved, and are just waiting for additional funds to be allocated to this program, which may be later this week or early next week. But you've been warned, if you haven't already applied for this program, you need to get your application in as soon as you can once this becomes into law. Because this money is going to get dried up very quickly. To be determined if these additional funding of $310 billion to the PPP program is going to go towards large corporation that took tens of millions, potentially hundreds of millions of dollars of PPP funds that was meant to go to small businesses. So it's been reported that over 70 publicly traded companies received PPP funds, which is a joke because this was supposed to go to small business owners. So let me give you an example, and I mentioned this in my video earlier today. Ruth Chris Steakhouse received $20 million through the Paycheck Protection Program. If you look at their financial statements, in 2019, their net income was $42 million. So net income means gross income less all their expenses. So for the entire year, they made $42 million, and they're going to receive about half of that through this PPP program. In addition, Shake Shack announced that they received $10 million to the PPP program, but there was a public outcry for this, and they actually just announced they're going to be returning this $10 million that they received through the PPP program. If you look them up, their market capitalization was $1.7 billion. So they're a huge company that received $10 million for the PPP program. In my opinion, publicly traded companies should not have access to other funds. Should not be a part of the PPP program. These companies basically took advantage of a loophole in this program that basically said that that businesses in the accommodations, so like hotels and food services that have more than one physical location that employs less than 500 employees per location, can be a part of this program. So if you have a large food chain like Ruth Chris Steakhouse that also employs less than 500 employees per location, they can take advantage of this program. But meanwhile, small businesses are getting crushed, and it's my opinion that the large corporations should not be a part of this. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about the $10 billion in additional funds that's going to be going towards the SBA's, or the Small Business Administration's, Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program, and that is the EIDL. This program is giving up to $1,000 per employee for up to $10,000, and this is 100% forgivable money. So if you have a business and you have 5 employees, you could potentially get $5,000. That's 100% forgivable. Or 10 or more employees, you can get up to $10,000 total. And this is geared towards small business owners who have less than 500 employees, or maybe you're a sole proprietor or an independent contractor, and your income has been affected by COVID-19. So you can apply for this program. I did. I haven't received any money yet, so we'll see if I'm part of that $10 billion. Check out my previous video too, because I did a step-by-step process about how to apply for this EIDL program, and it is so easy. It literally will take you 5 minutes to do. So if you haven't applied yet and you have a side hustle, or you're an Uber or a Lyft driver or a real estate agent, independent contractor, or whatever, you need to get onto the SBA's website as soon as possible, as soon as they open up their portal, which may be potentially this weekend, maybe early next week. Just depends on when they get their system up and running, and once this bill becomes law, potentially later this week. But the money will dry up very quickly. So if you're not on it and you don't apply as soon as possible, the money's going to dry up. So you've been warned. Okay, so let's talk about the $75 billion that's going to go towards our hospitals. And this is going to include funds to be allocated towards purchasing personal protective equipment, which obviously is key during these times. We want to protect our hospital workers. It also includes lowering the interest rate on advance payments and lengthening the repayment schedule. So the loans they receive, it's going to be they're making it a lot easier for hospitals to pay back. In addition, about $25 billion is going to help facilitate and expand COVID-19 testing. Obviously, this is a crucial step in opening up our local businesses and our economy. So that's the update I have for you today. Please subscribe, and I'll keep you updated with new developments, and hit the like button as well. I greatly appreciate that. I'm also going to be posting videos about how this pandemic is affecting our real estate market. I'm going to have an update for you later this week, so stay tuned for that. Also, you can follow me on Instagram. I'm Sacramento Realtor. I hope you have an awesome day. I look forward to seeing you on the next video.